Welcome in, everybody. The grand finals is here, and I am ready to go ahead and bring you some great games. On the left-hand side, it's going to be the members of Team Netherlands. On the right is Team Germany. We are here in the lower bracket final. So the loser will be taking third place, and whatever prizing is available for that slot. Winner moves on to the grand finals best of 7 coming up next, which is going to be up against Team France. My name is Bahamut. Welcome on in. We started the predictions. All predictions today are going to be 15 minutes because it is the grand finals day, and I thought it'd be a little fitting. My voice is a little hoarse from yesterday. We had a lot of great games. We had some insane moments yesterday. There were so many clippable moments yesterday. With the Hazuobs wandering keg steal on boss, with DK getting an insane mosh pit, with the Kerrigan ravaging onto the kicked Illidan, and she ravages super far. Yesterday was a great day of games, and today is going to be just as amazing. Thank you all for joining me for the lower bracket best of 5 finals. And we have the Meta Madness style of draft. Infernal Shrines is going to be your first map in this series. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. So third is 1,500, second is 2,500, first is 4,000. Okay. I remembered yesterday the 1,000 for fourth place, but I didn't check it this morning. Yeah, no, still a lot of prize pool on the line. A lot of prize pool on the line. Also, Rob, if you are looking for an excuse to play Elden Ring, I have been challenging everyone to do a magic-only run. No, the only thing you're allowed to bonk is Rykard. Rykard is the only weapon you're allowed to, not use magic for, because I was like, okay, this is just ass. But yes, randomizer, magic only. It's really fun, big recommend. So we do have a Hammer Falstead to be banned away by Team Netherlands. Germany will get rid of the Hogger Brightwing. Bans don't carry over, so we could see Falstead, Hammer, Hogger, or Brightwing further in the series. Blaze Maev will be the starting 2 picks for the side of Netherlands, as Germany won the coin flip, opting in for first pick priority, and that'll be map choice coming out from Netherlands. So Johanna, Vala, Anduin. The Vala's viable for both sides, realistically. Krankle is a very good Vala player, but Dino wants to steal this away from map number 1 on Infernal Shrines, which I think this is a solid grab away from Netherlands, and works well with the Germany draft. Is it a set community seat? No. We're just I can screenshot my settings, but no, we're no set seed. We're just kind of, I'm just challenging people. Cav was doing it yesterday. I think Cav almost beat the game yesterday. I think he played for like 8 hours. But yeah, I'll between games I'll screenshot my stuff and I'll DM it to you in Discord. Leorc will be banned away by the side of Netherlands. Solid for this map to be able to get wave clear, mobility, Entomb capture, which then Light Bomb and Bless Shield, Rain of Vengeance can all play into. Tyrael will be removed as he is a hot commodity as of late. And what else are we going to be seeing here for... Oh, got you, Rob, got you. Yeah, always happy to share. I've been playing it on Fridays. I'm going to try and finish it this Friday. My Malekith Phase 1 is Consort Radahn Phase 2. Entering the arena is pain. Garrosh, Sylvanas are going to be here for Netherlands. I apologize for being distracted. I'm so excited about today's games. I'm so elated. I'm so hyped up for this. So, Garrosh are a bit more control. Sylvanas mobility. It's a lot of mobility with Maev, Sylvanas, Blaze with the jet propulsion as well. Last 2 picks on the right side, we're gonna see a hypercarry Vala as it's Medivh grabbed and Dahaka as well. Dahaka solid for this map, great wave clear, mobility. Hazu does love his split soaking, which plays well into that style. And last pick for the side of Netherlands, they're gonna need a healer. I think the Malfurion's a solid pickup because you have such a good counterplay into Medivh portals. He sets up the portal, you put down a root. It's one of those things. It's absolutely so good on that. All in all, really good draft for map number 1. Twitch Gamble's still going. Let's get into it. Oof, yeah. Consort Radahn Phase 2. Because he literally can cross the entire Malekith arena in a literal blink. And you're just trying to get across that, like, 10-foot, like 3-meter bridge. You're just trying to get across that bridge into the arena, but nope, he just slaps you. I'm crying inside. So, Netherlands has a really good control composition. They also have really good mobility and dive and, I said control, but Umbral Bind, pull and stuff like that. But the sustained damage, mobility is really good with the Medivh. Dahaka's Split Soak is really strong as well. I like the Germany draft. The Medivh is kind of the X factor. Because I think Netherlands could definitely win it with this draft. I just think the Medivh with, Force of Will is such a team fight shutdown tool. I guess enemy team shutdown tool. It is, burst mitigation, damage mitigation, portal, mobility. You've also got Raven Familiar for slows and damage, so either way. We'll load on into map number 1, get your gambles in. We got odds on the prediction, and let's see who will be victorious in map number 1 of this best of 5 lower bracket final.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
On the left-hand side, it's going to be Team Netherlands. DK on the Garrosh, Haigao Maev, High Wraith is going to be your Blaze, Krankle Sylvanas, and Uki on the Malfurion. Right side of the map is Team
I'm doing my part.
Germany.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
The battle begins in...
You know they say that all casters are created equal, but you look at Baha and know that's not true.
5,
See, if you go one-on-one with another caster, you get a 50% chance. But Baha is a casting freak and we love it. LLLLLLLLLLLLL.
Dino on the Vala, we've got Dark Wolf, Johanna, Ultralisk, Medivh, Hazuavs, Dahaka, and Death Knight is your Anduin. Thank you, Lafasia, for the tier 1 for 4 years. And what a solid resub message. Oh my god, that was great. Quality wrestling reference. There we go. We do have a little Umbral Bind mitigated by a Burrow and also the Iron Skin of Johanna. As Garrosh was threatening a little bit, we do have the Unrivaled Strength level 1, Pursuit of Vengeance level 1 as well for your Maev. Might of the Banshee Queen, Stim for your Blaze as the Leap of Faith saves Medivh. Jet Propulsion goes through and Dark Wolf will not fall. Emerald Dreams Malfurion. Invade onto the camp is going to be successful for Team Netherlands. As we also have Zealous, Glare Tissue Regeneration, Krita the Hunter, Portal Mastery, and that Even-Handed Blessing. Wrecking Ball over the wall. Into the roots. Dark Wolf gets pulled by the Umbral Bind. A few Fan of Knives going out from Haigao. A small Spirit of Vengeance. That Pursuit of Vengeance, by the way. Each hero tethered by Umbral Bind reduces the cooldown of Spirit of Vengeance by 2.5 seconds, and each hero hit by Spirit of Vengeance reduces the cooldown of Umbral Bind by 1 second. Sylvanas Krankle starts working on left side camp. 6 baseline stacks for them. Vigorous Volter for the Maev, automatically picked up at level 20, and Medivh baseline 4 stacks. First Punisher is going to be Arcane in the bottom lane, as we have that Impaler camp from the right side that was stolen. 2 of them remaining. Looks like they did take down 1 tower, getting a small amount of siege onto the gate as well. Lafasia. Yes. Also, congratulations on a 150 watch streak. Big watch streak today. Wrecking Ball again onto Dark Wolf with that Unrivaled Strength. Garrosh's base throw range was nerfed by 0.5 from 6.5 to 6, and Unrivaled Strength reduced by 5% from 20 to 15 for the toss distance. Damage remains the same at 125% bonus. And Sylvanas will be picking up the Haunting Arrow as the big thing to mention at level 4 for her. Piercing Light for the Anduin is another one as well. Indomitable. Everything else is pretty much standard, what you'd expect, Incinerator Gauntlets. Death Dealer, Subdue, etc. Garrosh is looking to invade this camp. Hello? Okay. No, they're not going to, but there is more siege in the mid lane, and Sylvanas is going to try and get a little bit more baseline stacks. Dark Wolf is thrown out of position. Portal set up by Medivh. And Dark Wolf is going to be able to back away. 10% HP or so. Mid lane Fort Gate has already been taken down. The next Punisher, or the first Punisher, will be in bottom lane. Moonfire out from Malfurion. A little regrowth applied to a few allies around us to see that sort of green swirl around them. And Sylvanas has started up the objective. Moonfire is helping out with that as well. And Maev is going to look to join in with a few autos here and there. Blaze currently dealing with the top lane Fallen Shaman. The top left Fallen Shaman was not grabbed by Netherlands as Daka brush talks in, gets the drag, but then he's rooted and slept by Malfurion's Emerald Dreams. Essence activated by Daka. Force of Will denies any incoming damage and allows that Essence over time to heal up. It's 27 to 11. And this is Arcane Punisher. Looks like Germany's going to give this. They're going to try and collapse onto Blaze in mid lane. He's got his Pyromania active. Doubles back to try and avoid some drag or CC value. Looks like that worked out for them as a Wrecking Ball will throw Dahaka to the side. A Force of Will denies some of the damage. Umbrovine pulls, the Condemn pulls Maev back in. And we have level 7. The big thing to mention for Krankle here is going to be that Festering Wounds. Also to note right now is we do have Malfurion very low on mana. And it is also the Intimidation for the Garrosh. Groundbreaker reduces attack speed of heroes hit by 30% for 4 seconds. Good adjustment from DK. Typically we see Oppressor, which is the spell power debuff. But I like this Groundbreaker into the Vala specifically, because, I mean, Vala is the main source of damage, so getting a Groundbreaker into her is going to be strong. Speaking of Vala, she will hit her first stack, so she's got 1% on her Creed of the Hunter damage, or hate, heroes increase hatred damage bonus per stack 1%. There we go. Dark Wolf! Taken down by a Punisher punch, and that'll be first blood. And the Ford of bottom lane taken down by Netherlands here in map number 1 of this best of 5 lower bracket final. Sylvanas, Haunting Arrows activated in mid lane. She'll be going ahead and using Haunting Wave as well to get the marks on the fort as quickly as possible. And they're going to try and weaken this. I don't know if they're going to be able to take it down. Johanna, Death Timer is relatively low. Tahaka's here with the Dark Swarm, the Haunting Wave back up the wall as there's a Groundbreaker off the Wrecking Ball from DK. And 151 stacks for Krankle here. Less than 199 stacks to go for Krankle to be able to have that 50% damage increase. Frozen Punisher will be in the top lane up next around, I think it's going to be like 7 minute 30-ish? Didn't look at the exact timers. We're kind of guessing a little bit. Portal set up by Medivh. They're going to try and jump onto High Wraith. Adrenaline Stimpack is active, and High Wraith gets a massive jet propulsion, has the ability to summon the bunker as the allies got 10 talent here. And Germany, oh my god, High Wraith. I can't believe it. And now Netherlands, they won't get the mid lane fort, but they get more damage. Krankle using Haunting Arrows, Haunting Wave over the wall into the camp, Vala vaulting for a multi-shot and a Hungering Arrow. And this is Impaler Camp probably picked up and yeah, wow. I was sitting there like, oh man, they don't have 10, this Blaze is dead, but no, 10 rolls through, he gets the bunker. As we also have your Warlord's Challenge, Containment Disc, Mind Control, and Twilight Dream for the Malfurion as Vala vaults away as DK was stepping up, trying to get some displacement into the Vala, but the Impaler Camp is here. Blaze gonna tank a tower shot or two. His Pyromania was active, that's how he was able to sit there with no minus armor, but that's gonna be another fort taken down by the members of Netherlands as they pull ahead by a level, but Germany will pick up their heroics here, and we should have the announcement of the objective very, very soon. Bless Shield, Leyline Seal, Light Bomb. I'm assuming it's Reign of Vengeance and Isolation. We have seen Adaptation pop up here and there, but not at this level of play. Adaptation's good, but it's just hard to pass up Contagion value. Also, the level 20 upgrade as well for the splash and everything is really nice. Blaze finishes out left side camp. Right side as well picked up by Germany. And there's that Punisher, as I had mentioned. Sorry, Isolation. Contagion is the 20 upgrade. My brain today. Blaze with a little bit of dance. Medivh is scouting. By the way, Medivh stacks at 28. He is not done. Tissue Regeneration is completed. No Subdone Johanna. Feeding Frenzy obviously full. Dahaka hasn't died. Piercing Light 0 stacks. 199 for Sylvanas. Pinned down on 2. Looking for that multi-hit for the completion of this. Spirit of Vengeance in. Shield Glare goes out from Johanna. Krankle immediately just running at the Dark Wolf here and getting a little bit more stacks. Another 10. Wrecking Ball onto the Johanna. There's a jet propulsion going in from Blaze to then create more chaos. Warlord Challenge on the Johanna pulls her in. Twilight Dream, the Leyline Seal only capturing Maev and Malfurion, I do believe. Jet Propulsion makes his way onto the Dahaka. He burrows to avoid the Root and Sleep, gets the drag. There's a cleanse from Malfurion. Nature Cure, the Wrecking Ball throws Dark Wolf in again. The portal set up. There's going to be a bunker from Blaze, and into the fray throws Haiga out of the engagement. Objective, oh wait, that's a good drag onto Blaze. That might be a kill for Germany, and Germany should be able to capitalize here. And yes, Blaze will be taken down. Vala gets her 100th stack, Medivh at 36. And this might be Germany pulling ahead in this map number 1 through objective number 2. But this is going to be a Wrecking Ball. Netherlands are going back in. They're going to try and dive onto the Johanna. And Dark Wolf is getting very low. Portal is set up. There's a root from Malfurion. The mind control misses. Johanna goes down. 39 stacks from Medivh. He will finish. Sylvanas is picked off next. Fan of Knives going out. Dino almost gets taken down, but he won't be picked off. I'm watching minimap for this mid lane Impaler, and I just want to see it is a singular Impaler. Wrecking Ball throwing. Hazu up to the side. The Chastise going out once again. Vala looking to step up and sustain Hatred, but I do believe Germany does get this Frozen Punisher. Unless something insane happens here. Blaze is back from death. Johanna up in 4 seconds. Dino vaulting aside. 10 more Skeletal Defenders needed. Wrecking Ball from Garrosh. They're going to try and focus on to the Vala, but they end up going for the Dahaka. Decision decisiveness coming out from the members of Netherlands here. Their pivot on decision making is really good today. It's very noticeable. Uh-oh. High Wraith gets a bunker mid-air of the throw. The Jet Propulsion's got the Groundbreaker. Portal set up, and he's going to be taken down. Mind Control, though, and the Wrecking Ball into the Johanna. She's going to get hit with a Warlord Challenge, and that is Portal and Force of Will denying what should have been Johanna dead 6 times over. But Medivh is a fair and well-balanced hero. Kappa. Spirit of Vengeance from Maiev. The portal set up by Medivh as a feign, as a dive. Arcane Rifts flying out. As I mentioned, the Medivh is done with the baseline stacks. 140 for the Vala right now. As Punisher in top lane is going to try and work on the forward. There's a cleanse on the... Wow, the Sylvanas got just deleted there. Off that Punisher jump, I did not think she was going to die that easily. And Punisher confirms top lane fort. Portal set up to back away. What value was gotten in mid lane from that Impaler and Catapult? It doesn't look like much, really. And Dahaka's going to see the Blaze here in the rotation invade onto this camp as well. Maiev is showing in top lane. No Sylvanas for 6 seconds. This is a fair and easy steal, and it looks like Germany is going to make quick rotations around the map to be able to get more camps and bolster their experience. We're waiting for 16s. There's the experience breakdown at the bottom of your screen. If you are curious as to what things are looking like and where deficits are being made up or created. Now, John and Vala live there is beyond me. Oh, I know the answer. I know the answer. I know the answer. I know the answer. There's your answer. Alright, let's get back over to the talents here so you can see what's going on, as we do have our next Punisher coming up at about, it's like, oh god, math is hard, 13 minutes, right around, maybe a little bit after, actually. $16s here, though, for the members of Netherlands first. I don't think they're going to invade the right side camp. Maybe just running at the Dahaka right now. He burrows. Indomitable's there. Warlord's Challenge. Jet Propulsion. Wrecking Ball throws them away from the portal, and that is Sylvanas able to get the damage in as the Leap of Faith comes through, and Dahaka will be taken down. Yo, what's up, Stark? Good to see you today, bud. Jet Propulsion again from Blaze. The Umbral Bind does not get the pull, and our Malfurion Root has no sleep as the Iron Skin was used by the Johanna. I think I math wrong. I think the objective is closer to 14 minutes, not 13. Well, this is Netherlands just going to run through the top lane fort. Sylvanas at 346 stacks. But Bahamut was changed. Why isn't Ultras using the new talents? Is he bad? No. Sorry, that got me really good. Oh my god, that's hilarious. To think anyone's gonna not take Portal Mastery or Raven Familiar, like, come on. God, man. Medivh needs some changes. Medivh needs some changes. Just like, you shouldn't be able to pick up experience and regeneration globes in bird form. Like, that's BS. That's the biggest BS right there. Yo, what's up, Gidrell? How you doing, bud? You're all just in time. Map number 1, first best of 5 of the day, first series of the day. And we get into our next Punisher, as I said, closer to 14 minutes. I missed math. What's new? Looks like Sylvanas is gonna double Haunting Wave with the Windrunner to grab this camp on the left side. Medivh will scout that out a little late. I don't think he was intending to like drop down and Leyline Seal steal. Speaking of Leyline Seal, every heroic and charge is available. Vala with 2 charges of Rain of Vengeance. Vala, oh, that's going to be another Wrecking Ball onto Dark Wolf. Portal set up by Medivh. And the Dark Wolf is going to be able to back away. Vala, Hatred at max, getting a few defenders here. Spirit of Vengeance from Maiev going through. Double Haunting Wave. A Wrecking Ball throws Hazu to the side. A Root from Malfurion. That's a mind control timing that's very on point. Leyline Seal, Force of Will. Krankle goes in with the Haunting Wave. Needs to jump to the side. The Bless Shield missing from the Johanna. Isolation still available for the Dahaka, by the way. As it's 8-22 and Skeleton Defender's Banded Knives coming out from the Maiev. We have a Wrecking Ball throwing Hazu to the side. We do have also Krankle a little too deep on the north side of the engagement, and he will be taken down. Camps are pushing in, but Netherlands needs more time, and this engagement went a little too quick, I think. They wanted that mid and top to be pushing in a bit further, even if they lose the objective. Top lane is going to be arriving at the keep gate basically right now, and Dahaka's already there for clear. A little bit of a blunder in positioning from Krankle. Have to be a little critical in the lower bracket final. Friend remotely ordered kebab with fries and an XL meat. Wow, that's a very nice friend. Are they looking for more friends? Punisher mid lane is going to get Fort Gate. Here's the thing, though. Like, Germany is losing, or sorry, Netherlands is losing these objectives, but they're not losing too much. The last objective, yeah, they lost fort. This objective, they didn't even lose half of their fort. That's a pretty good defense, and Krankle is 7 stacks away from healing return, or being able to have a healing factor on the Black Arrows as well, which I think is going to be even better value for them since Krankle is playing a little bit deep into the backline. Excuse me. Now that's some food. I agree, Stark. That is some mind control thrown out. Full cooldown, about 35 seconds right now. Not that long. Punisher frozen in the bottom lane. Didn't look at the last timer. I'd venture a guess about like 18 minutes almost. Maybe a little bit before it. Right side camp up in 10. Left side up in a minute 30. Mid lane Impalers 49 and 2 minute 10. Bottom lane is going to be a minute 50 on that Impaler. Just Fallen Shaman in the top right of the map is going to be coming up. Germany with these later game kills and camps are going to be able to get to 20. The music shift comes through. Medivh cheat, Censure, Farflight Quiver, Contagion, and your Blessed Shield, Radiating Faith upgrade. Johanna maybe not going for a flank. Okay. Gonna be a beached whale soon. Medivh Leyline Seal cheats onto 3. And the mind control goes out. Krankle didn't take the level 20 if they were intending to take that before using. So, Krankle uses the mind control, then takes Dark Lady's call, so the cooldown's is just funny. That's going to be Shadow Orb Vengeance for the Maiev. You do have the Titanic Might for the Garrosh as well. Fortified Bunker, Astral Communion, and Dark Lady's calls we've memed about. 10 seconds on that. Garrosh anchoring in the bush, scouted by Medivh right now. Dahaka tries to go for the drag with the Elongated Tongue level 16. Garrosh answers back with a Groundbreaker. Thought about stepping back up for the Wrecking Ball, but it's not going to be able to go for it. Blessed Shield thrown out by Johanna. Haigao is now trying to run in for this. Portal set up. Containment is gone to the Johanna. Portal from Medivh is set up as well. There's a 1.5 second silence. Umbra Bind to pull her further away from the portal. Mind control as well. Silence from Malfurion. There will be a Force of Will applied. DK is very low. Gets a quick heal from Malfurion. As Vala's on 200 stacks. Krankle's over, has hit your 400 stacks for baseline black arrows. Bless shield 30 seconds. 69 on Astral Communion. Isolation just onto the Garrosh here. Spirit of Vengeance. There's a drag. Teleport in. Chastise goes out. Jump Propulsion from Blaze. The Rain of Vengeance is good. Ley Line Seal onto a few, and that does not work out with the Light Bomb. Bunker some by Blaze. The allies that are not inside. Containment just finds its way into Vala. Netherlands wants to step in and try and get a play off of this. Mind Control up in 7 seconds. Haiga using that Vault of the Wardens. Umbral Bind applied to Dahaka, who has some essence healing over time. The Wrecking Ball throws him away from the portal. That's going to be a lot of damage onto this Dahaka, but he has Force of Will and he burrows. But Dahaka now pulled back by the Umbral Bind. Another Force of Will, Leap of Faith, this time to pull them to safety. As Jet Propulsion comes in from the Blaze into Johanna. 3-20 in Skeletal Defenders. No lane advantage. Leyline Seal goes out. Vault of the Wardens to avoid some of that. And the Haunting Wave from Sylvanas allows her to back away. The drag from Dahaka lands into the Garrosh. That might be fatal damage, but here's a return. CC into the Johanna. And Force of Will, Iron Skin. This is what I talked about in the draft. Like, Netherlands may have great kill potential, but it doesn't matter because Medivh exists in the game. And GG. I'm not gonna call the game. I by no means am I saying this is, you know, it's over, they've lost it, but it's frustrating to watch because it's just you'd think that Netherlands has these kill potential moments, but it's like, nope, there's a burrow. Nope, there's a Force of Will. Oh, nope, wait, there's another Force of Will. Oh, there's an Iron Skin. Oh, wait, another Force of Will. Oh, wait, a Leap of Faith. Oh, there's a Leyline Seal. Alright, top lane camp will be grabbed. The bottom lane fort has already gone down. The keep gate is being opened up. Blaze and Maiev, the last two defenders right now. 6 on Garrosh, 13 on Sylvanas, 15 for the Malfurion. As Twin Flames fire out, Jet Propulsion to safety. Fan of Knives flying out here and there. Leyline Seal from Medivh. With the cheats is going to be able to capture Maiev. There's no follow-up drag from Dahaka. Punisher's still very healthy here. And Germany, indomitable from Garrosh. She gets the Wrecking Ball, Fan of Knives from Maiev. She is pinned done, by the way. Bless Shield from Johanna going out into the enemies. Warlord's Challenge onto the Johanna as well. Malfurion, Twilight Dream, Vala takes down the Sylvanas. This is going to be a Wrecking Ball throwing Johanna to the side. Blaze will be the next to go down. That is a jump from the Punisher into the enemies. Punch after punch goes through. And core shielding starts to break. It looks like Haiga is able to avoid fatal damage with that Vault of the Wardens, but Vala is working through the core. Dino wants more damage, or kills at least, and this is going to be map number 1 over to the side of Germany. GG, well played. Germany takes the lead in the best of 5 series lower bracket final. Into Dragonshire we go, map number 2 of this best of 5 series. On the left-hand side, it's going to be Team Netherlands. On the right side, it's going to be Team Germany. And we have first pick over the side of Netherlands. The losing squad opted in for first pick priority, so that'll be map choice coming out from the German members. So we'll be heading into Dragonshire. Target ban on to Hazuab's Vikings. Not too surprising on that. And Hager will be removed as well. Is there any ban priority onto Chromie? Because we did see Germany banning Chromie quite a bit yesterday in the 2 best of 5s they played. And so I do know that they definitely can play it on the side of Netherlands. It's just, do they have a composition they want to run with it on Dragonshire? Because Dragonshire also, you can consider things like Junkrat for a lot of displacement and control around the Moonshrine in the lower half of the map with the 2 bushes. You've got Sergeant Hammerband away. Tyrael has a lot of good mobility. Muradin's a solid tank as well. As I mentioned before, Zagara can be picked up here and there. She's kind of fallen out a little bit in favor on this map, I feel. Like, there was a point where she was, like, a small point where she was prioritized, but then seemingly that's fallen away. Brightwing will be banned. What do we get for our starting pickup for Netherlands? Do they want to go into an early tank? Do they have a healer they want to grab? Because the target ban's against Uki's Brightwing for sure. Hogger ban, obviously just solid for the solo lane. I think you could start with Ethereal if you wanted to go for like a dive draft like that. They're going to go for Rhaegar. They'll get a baseline cleanse. They'll take their chain heal. Purification 7 is nice for more cooldown values, and Ancestral Big Burst, Farseer's Blessing Splash Heal. What does Germany want, though? Is it an early, like, Leoric or something for solo lane? That's a lot of dive. Decent dive and mobility early on from Tyrael and Genji. Sergeant Hammer's out. It could be a draft that benefits from Swift Retribution, or it could just be mobility, 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 and just, you know, Swift Strike, Cyber Agility, Aldruin's Might. So this is... Okay, so they're going to go kind of like anti-dive. The members of Netherlands are going to try and control the dive of the enemy with power slides, face melts to displace, celestial charges as well. Interesting start with a very early Imperious. The thing with the Imperious too is he can be solo lane or not. So it's one of those situations like, do you ban out another solo laner? Looks like they'll get rid of Cassia. Cassia leads me to believe that this will be an auto attack, sustained damage, heavy composition. Maybe you get rid of Tracer here? I could definitely see Tracer with this composition being really strong. And maybe that's the reason Cassio's being banned. You do have Imposing Presence on ETC, which is a good auto attack debuff as an activation or as a targeted enemy. But I do think that Germany is setting up for a Tracer, I do think. You could possibly grab your solo lane, like a Leoric for Hazu. And then you could grab a healer as well, then flex that Dino last pick. That could definitely be the direction you go into. Because I believe Ultralisk is going to be on that Genji. That's what he played it twice yesterday. So we will see. So we'll see Yrel and Karazim. Okay. Karazim popping up again today. We did see him yesterday as well, which was exciting. Up against the Deathwing composition on Dragonshire as well. So 7-sided strike, a good way to deal with Dragon Knight, and also with some of these high health pools on ETC Imperious. Last two picks. Tychus seems like it'd be in the cards, but that's mostly just because Netherlands plays it often. There's the Junkrat that I was thinking we might see. So... where's the Chen in this composition? Is he solo lane or is he in the 4-man? Because with the current setup, it's Crankle on Chen, which I don't think is going to be really the play.
This round needs me.
Li Ming for some big balls, double reset composition with Genji Li Ming. You lag wave clear with Tracer. I mean, Karazim, Tyrael, Tracer, Genji together wouldn't be too bad. It'd be a little on the low side, but your kill potential would be super high. So it's kind of the balance of it all. So you have a higher kill threat, but your wave clear's a little bit slower, but you make up for probably the expected lost experience with the higher kill threat. What's up, Lard?
Yes.
Congratulations on your watch streak, bud. Is Falstad still free? Yeah, he's available. He hasn't been played in the series. Congratulations on your 135 watch streak, though, Lard. Netherlands kind of lacks damage, or is Chen strong now? Hypercarry Junkrat is something that has been played in the past. The lockdown is pretty decent. The sustained damage is okay. I think Netherlands has an okay fight, but I think Germany just has a better draft. I personally think Germany has the way better draft here. I think the Chen was a little bit of a blunder. I think it should have been like Junkrat and like Hanzo or something. Just to be able to get some more damage. More poke is good too. I don't know. We'll see how things look, but I'm not 100% sold on the hyper carry Junkrat situation. Netherlands on the left-hand side will be having your Uki Rhaegar, simply DK on the ETC, High Wraith Chen, High Gao Junkrat, Krankle Imperius. Germany on the right side, Dino Genji, Li Ming Ultralisk, Dark Wolf Tyrael, Death Knight Karazim, and Hazu Abzurel.
10 seconds.
Iron Fists for your Karazim, Justice for All Tyrael, Aetherwalker, Agile Dismount,
5,
Burn the Impure,
4,
extra wound
3,
timers on the Junkrat.
2,
So you just
1.
get your freshest ingredients, Guitar Hero,
well,
and
heroes.
Feral Heart. You're all holding level 1. I assume it's Dauntless. It is Dauntless indeed. Dino gets hit with a flying kick from Chen. No accumulating flame for Chen, which is the new level 1 that we've seen. Seems that this freshest ingredient still seems to be the main priority play, as it is going to be, I mentioned in the draft that Krankle was on the Chen, but they swap over to the Imperius. Power Slide into ETC, or sorry, ETC Power Slide into Celestial Charge. There we go, man, flip the words. And that's kind of the 1-2 that we saw at the beginning, or at least expected. Right side camp is going to be grabbed. Netherlands not even working on their Siege Giants. They're actually going for Bruiser camp of top lane. And we'll see that grab really quickly, as we also have Germany heading to their right side Bruiser camp as well. Top lane wave being pushed in. Uki will stick around for the time being, maybe amplify Krankle Siege.
Prove it. Take control of the shrines.
So the Arcane Orbs go out. Krankle eats an Arcane Orb to the face. Power Slide. Celestial Charge. The 1-2, as I keep saying. Rhaegar with a little bite, but you see the damage is not really too high. And Fort Gate in top lane takes a small amount of damage. Junkrat in bottom lane. Looks like he was utilizing Concussion Mine to displace the Siege Giants into tower shots as Dino jumps on to bottom lane point. And actually, by the way, is going to be Dino on Genji. This is the Ultralisk on Li Ming for this game. Karazim with a few punches out onto Krankle. Algeron's Might from Tyrael thrown out. Celestial Charge over the wall. And Yrel Hazu gets interrupted by a Power Slide from ETC. Avenging Wrath, Righteous Hammer, Body Block onto DK is good. Swift Strike comes through, and First Blood to Team Germany. Rhaegar in top lane is going to be able to avoid any poke damage from Li Ming. Avenging Wrath over the wall again onto Krankle. Righteous Hammer, Body Block around this Imperius as he looks to back away. Concussion Mine set up, but it will not be utilized as Germany disengages. Genji flying kicked on by Chen, who was just chilling in the bush, drinks up a bit more brew, and continues to hold bottom lane. Actually, looks like Imperius is rotated down with ETC as well. Junkrat working on that Siege Giant camp on the left side of our screen, at least in the top left corner. Power Slide again. Flying kick onto Ultralisk. Can they take down Ultralisk? No. Pressure applied to the Li Ming health bar, but no kill to be found.
Faith is my mirror, but will is my weapon.
Okay. Hazu has the Inspired Minion Wave clearing out top. We do have a ETC bottom lane. Trying to push up the wave a little bit. Power Slide onto Li Ming, won't connect as she blinks over the wall. Karazim dashes out from the bush and has a few hits here and there. 18 seconds on the right side Siege Camp to respawn. Magic missiles fire out here and there. And honestly, also, chat, you guys are all talking about Mosh Pit. It might be a stage dive game, too. Like, if you really think about it, typically with Mosh, you need some sort of, like, burst follow-up. There isn't any. This might actually be a stage dive ETC for the global utility and map control. I could actually see that be a direction. So I don't know what Mosh would do other than hold people in place, because Junkrat Burst isn't like crazy heavy outside of maybe Riptire, unless they're going to try and do like a Mosh Pit Rocket Ride, which I don't see that happening at all. And while we talk about the potential of 10s, we do have Germany picking up 2 more kills, and they will be leading in experience and kills on map number 2 of this best of 5 lower bracket best of 5 finals. So right side camp is going to be started out. Imperius goes in for the Celestial Charge, but no one going to be caught by that. A few grenades thrown in as well. Genji jumps into the bush and immediately caught by the steel trap. Deflect gets activated. Righteous Hammer from Urel to push back the enemies and open up a window for Dino to back away and get some healing from Karazim. As no Dragonite has been grabbed, but we could see it potentially here for Netherlands. Unfortunately, Li Ming has the Moon Shrine control. Sun Shrine picked up by Hazu on the Urel. Concussion Mine pushes Siege Giants into tower shot range. Crankle's on the point, and we'll see Tyrael not able to get the objective. High rate, though, trying to back away from Genji and Tyrael, but ETC here. Max range power slide gets a few autos onto Dino, who's able to power Swift Strike away with 218 health. One more globe needed for Chen for his freshest ingredients. Does have that elusive brawler. Swift Retribution was a level 7 pickup for your Tyrael, but of course with the 3 kills and such, we are going to be having Germany get into 10 talent tier first with the Dauntless Urel, Sanctification, Wave of Force, X-Strike, and 7-sided Strike Karazim, as we had talked about in the draft. Chen holding Sunshrine, Imperius on the Moonshrine. We also have that Siege Giant camp grab, or Bruiser camp grab for top lane, Siege Giants for bottom. Let's see, Ancestral, Riptire, Mosh Pit, Wandering Keg, and Wrath of Angiris. Power Slide from ATC, Concussion Line as well, goes down on the ground. Solarian Flare thrown into a couple enemies for the mark. Waves seem to be held okay. Kill-wise, I think is mostly the main reason the experience is leading for Germany. I don't think otherwise. Celestial Charge goes out onto Dark Wolf. Molten Armor's active. Wrath of Angiris misses the anticipated Aldruin's Might teleport. Genji done with his Shuriken Mastery. I missed it here, but I want to look really quickly. Yeah, it pretty much is just heroic kills as that lead and experience. Mercenaries is a minute, what, 12? Yeah. Ancestral goes on into high ground. Genji, anticipating to get the Swift Strike kill, will jump too far and be taken down by the Nexus Force. Celestial Charge onto this. Onto the Karazim. Moshpit gets a minute window of lockdown, but a Wave of Force from Ultralisk will get the interrupt in time. But it could be a Dragonite over the side of Netherlands. See channel, Tyrael with the interrupt, Smite goes down the ground, DK gets the Dragonite. Simply Dragonite in the Dragonite. Please don't talk about your farts in chat. Avenging Wrath into the wave from Urel as we have a Concussion Mine to push Genji further away at a bottom lane. Junkrat grenades with a little bit of siege here and there. Dragonite of mid lane opens up the gate. Li Ming blinks the side. And the Savage Charge of the Dragonite will not get any displacement onto her. Some Arcane Orbs and such to clear out the Dragonite a little bit faster. Junkrat and Rhaegar trying to push a wave onto the fort while the mid lane is being defended. Savage Charge kicks Tyrael to the side. Did he have a... Nope, he didn't. Okay.
Beast is not my beloved. Not anymore.
Archon Pure Power is a bad talent. Just saying. I'd rather see a Li Ming pick up like Talrash's elements, really. Like Might as well get more, you know, damage out. Worst talent? I don't know. Planet Cracker exists. There's also the talent in Hot's roguelike for a Thrall does nothing. That might be the worst in all. Genji jumping out, power slide from ETC. There's a 7-sided strike onto him as well. ETC trying to back away the swift strike from Genji as an Ancestral does connect onto DK. The Wrath of Angiers pulling Tyrael near the fort gate of mid lane. ETC will be taking down a reset for Li Ming, and that'll be the end of this engagement. Grenades thrown into wave here to clear things out from a safe distance. We do have also Genji jumping in once again. Shurikens into this Chen. He's going to flying kick into the Wandering Keg, pushing enemies into the corner, but there's no allies around to play into this amazing Keg play. Celestial charges there. Signification is the answer back, and that's going to be Chen in a rough spot. The Riptire does get some decent damage on the Dino, who will swift strike to safety on the right. Alrighty.
Become the Dragon Knight.
Second Dragon Knight of the map is available. High Wraith is immediately heading towards the Sun Shrine. Hazuabs to meet them at the top. Death Knight might have been seen in the minion wave really quickly as it was advancing it forward, so I think High Wraith did see that. But Junkrat does have the bottom lane Moonshine, so wait, Genji jumps in. Power slide. Moshpit is available, but he doesn't. Wait, there's going to be a Celestial charge coming through. Crankle getting hit with Arcane Orbs. The Wrath of Angiers onto the Tyrael once again. Wandering Keg. And they're going to try and push away the allies to take down Dark Wolf. And that will yield a kill. Dark Wolf death timer 35 to 31. A 4-second reduction. Also, Stark, in that situation, you need to spin in a circle. You also spin around in a circle while you're doing that. I remember at one time, Justing, like a few months ago, was streaming this game. Like, there was a point where he started streaming for like a few weeks. And he took Archon Pure Power in a game. I'm like, dude, why are you taking this? He goes, oh, literally, I'm memeing. Like, he's like, I don't think this is good. Single mosh pit. Sometimes you gotta give Genji a private dance to be able to get that kill, and that'll be enough damage out onto Genji. A 2-minute cooldown, but hey, they get the kill. It could be less a little bit with the Encore level 13 here, but you know what? Netherlands picking up a couple kills here and there. Ultralisk gets a combo onto Crankle. Solarian Flare goes out. Crankle looks to back away. Magic Missiles tickle the high knee of Imperius, and Aldruin's Might scouts out Uki. Chen jumps in with a flying kick. There's no Genji for 5 seconds. Mosh up in 66. Crank on the left side trying to get away from the 7-sided strike, won't be able to do so, and that will be a kill onto him. As Magic Missiles still fire out. It's 4v4 in this bottom lane. And Kerosene dashes to the right side, power slide from ETC, face melt to push people around. A boombox down the ground to get more cooldown, 30 seconds on the mosh pit. Genji heading to top lane. He'll show in the minion wave. This will be Moon and Sunshrine in a moment over to the side of Germany, as DK is going to be staying on to this point. Tyrael's going to be able to dive to the side with Aldruin's Might. Siege Giants on left and right will be worked on. Chattering Teeth find their way into the URL. 16 here on both sides, just skipping really quickly. The opposing presence, you have the Cleansing Touch as well. Templar's Verdict. Nice face melt from ETC right there to be able to back away. Earth Grasp Totem, spread volley for the Junkrat. Genji's in position for mid lane, he'll get this.
I tried to save this
Second Dragon Knight goes over to the side of Germany. 3 to 5 in kills. The face melt from ETC pushing people around. Tyrael's gonna swift retribution on the ground, and you saw Li Ming just zooming. 145% movement speed. Chen gets Sorry. I was like, how the hell did Chen fly down here? Right, as the Savage Charge from the Dragon Knight of mid lane. I was like, when did Chen get a fly talent? I didn't know he had Ariel's level 20. That actually might be the most... No, Angelic Flight has actually got some utility here and there. We just never see it because there's so many good 20s to really consider over Angelic Flight. Savage Charge kicks Imperious away. The Molten Flames going out. Venging Wrath over the wall. Swift Strike to the side. Genji walks into a Steel Trap. Gets a Cleansing Touch from Kerosene. And our objective phase is over. We're back into laning, basically, with 20 talents here on the horizon for both. 3 to 5 in kills. Experience is pretty close. 66,000 to 65,000. Does look like, though, Netherlands are going to try and call for a bottom lane fort takedown. They've got Totem from Rhaegar to eat tower shots. Minion Wave is just now arriving. And they're not going to get the fort. Yeah, the Chen flying kick unlimited range. That's what the HOTS roguelike needs. For the unique Chen talents, Chen needs a flying kick ability where it's just global flying kick for him. Because I think someone said that that's how Illidan's dive works or something. Riptire goes out from Junkrat, X-Drake down to the ground from Genji, the Wandering Kick, pushing people around, but there's not a split that they're hoping for to find a target and then take them down. Because I think that's kind of what Netherlands is playing for. They're trying to go for sort of single target that split lockdown burst, but they need Keg as one of the tools, or Concussion Mine, or Face Melt, or I guess technically Celestial Charge setup, and then Face Melt to push back more of the enemies. But Netherlands are making some rounds. Power Slide onto Genji. Face Melt to push him to the side. Celestial Charge into Yrel. Ancestral applied to DK. We have the Art Defender from Yrel. Wrath of Angiris into the Mosh Pit. Sanctification comes down from Tyrael on the edge. And Yrel jumps inside. Face Melt from ETC, pushing people around. 120-second cooldown already on 95 seconds. As we do have the untapped potential. Rod the Lightning for ETC. Farseer's Blessing. Cannonballs. As well as your Valorous Pursuit. No, Brand of Solarian. Valorous Pursuit is 16 teleport. Same icon. Right side, though, the Holy Arena, 11-sided Strike, the Transgression, Seraphim, Repulsion, and Living Weapon for your Genji. Celestial Charge lands onto Genji. Dino gets the deflect, Swift Strike through, bunch of grenades on the ground, and Haigao is going to get a cleanse and is able to get the Concussion Mine to disengage. Oh my god. By the way, the untapped potential is going to be increased Wandering Keg's movement speed bonus from 70 to 125, and the armor bonus from 75 to 75 for the duration and for 5 seconds afterwards. That 75 armor afterwards is really nice. Dark Wolf is getting low, very low, and taken down by Imperious. That Brand of Solarian level 20 is very strong. So what it means is basically reduce the cooldown of Valorous Brand to 5 seconds, but it no longer is consumed when triggered, and so your burst value is so very nice. Look at this. Burn the Impure is 412. Celestial Charge, or sorry, even just Molten Armor. That was the sustained damage, but yeah. Flash of Anger, 328. Molten Armor, 41 damage. Burn the Impure, triggering for 412. Like, it is nice. Netherlands advancing through bottom lane after taking down mid lane fort. I don't think it's GG's by any means. But can they take down a key? That's Power Slide Mosh Pit. Sorry. Ride the Lightning Mosh Pit. But no kill. So Flame Breaths from Dragon Knight on to keep gated bottom lane. Arcane Orbs flying out. Top lane fort does go down to Genji. I was looking at the minimap. I was like, where did something go down? Right. Genji got that. So small pokes onto the bottom lane keep. A few cannonballs here and there from Genji as well. Repulsion Li Ming trying to push people near the incoming damage. 7-sided Strike from the Kerosene with the Transgression upgrade. Farseer's Blessing. DK is trying to hug some allies for that splash heal. Grabs the globe. Dragon Knight goes down. Siege Giants are still here. Concussion Mine to zone the enemy's back. Yrel jumps forward with the Avenging Wrath. Seraphim gets the Righteous Hammer, backs away. Seraphim, another talent that needs to get nerfed heavily. Wandering Keg onto Death Knight. Into the Steel Trap. X-Strike from Genji. But Li Ming is going to get one kill. She gets the reset, but they can't chase in for more. Wait a minute. Ultralisk is going to be maybe taken down by the damage over time. Damage over time! And that will be a takedown. No shielding from Tyr. You saw Dark Wolf backing away to try and get some assistance to the ally. Junkrat goes down, but Karazim and Li Ming do fall. And Netherlands, they're still on this bottom lane. Keep looking for the takedown of the structure. I don't know if they want to end off this, though. It's Genji, Tyrael, Yrel to defend. Hyrule just playing to the far side. No, it was a flying kick. Okay.
The red team's core is in peril.
All right. Dragon Knight, by the way, is going to get announced very, very soon. So Netherlands has a win condition through bottom lane. Genji maybe just going to harass in the rotation out? No, okay.
My beloved is gone, but his power remains. Control the shrine.
Bruisers on left and right will be grabbed faster by Germany. They just started earlier, but I don't think there's an invade or anything like that to be anticipated. It's a tense map number 2 already. And a lot of prize pool on the line. Even just getting to the next,
Control both shrines.
the grand finals is, even if you're getting second place, still a significant amount of money. ETC, Rhaegar, Imperius set up around the mid objective channel. Li Ming clearing bottom lane. We do have the top lane pushing up. Rhaegar tags the camp, but I think they are going to continue it. Okay. Well, Genji gets Sunshrine, and ETC gets Moonshrine. Just rotating around the map like a carousel. Deep flank setup? What do we have over here? Yrel is going to be stepping up. Avenging Wrath charged up. Gonna discover the Chen. Power slide from ETC. Mosh Pit gonna be utilized. They're gonna try and burst her down, but won't be able to do so. The repulsion from Li Ming will come through. The Wrath of Angiers. The Sky Suplex pulls Tyrael out. He's gonna take a handful of damage, but gets the sanctification. The Ancestor Healing will be utilized under Crankle as ETC power slides in. Arcane Herbs flying in. The Wandering Keg to try and push Death Knight away from the allies. He's trying to find a target to jump to, but he won't be able to do so because he gets pushed into the chattering teeth of Junkrat. Sticky Quicket will have a silence on it.
Red team's core is
Netherlands are trying to end off that Karazim kill. Core defenses are coming through. Genji trying to clear out the catapult in the flank. Imperius backing up to defend a little bit. Rhaegar gets a quick bite onto Dino. Earth Grass Totem comes through. Uki getting a little bit low. Repulsion from Li Ming pushing back the enemies. The core shielding is still up. Genji looking to try and take down some, or at least, sorry, get some shurikens into the enemy team. Chattering Teeth going out. Dark Wolf able to avoid that. Hazuabs gets the Hearth. Flying kick from Chen. Wandering Keg up in 13 seconds. Power slide from ETC. Mosh Pit up in 18. He went from 28 to 18 just now with that little boombox. Core shielding is dropping, but Genji gets the living weapon reset. Takes down Junkrat and ETC. Oh my god, not like this. Not like this. Chen! Chen gets it with the Wandering Keg! Oh my god. Well then. That's a map 2. We got a 1-1 score. Oh boy, we're guaranteed a map 4. Which means more heroes restricted. Diving deeper into the hero pools. Thank you all for joining me on this Sunday. And our first best of 5 of the day is already showing to be amazing. Welcome back, everybody. On the left-hand side, it's going to be Team Netherlands. On the right side is going to be Team Germany. We are going to be seeing 20 heroes unavailable for this map. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm already in map number 4. 20 heroes are unavailable for this map number 3 in this best of 5 series, as the 10 heroes that were played on maps 1 and 2, Infernal and Dragonshire, will no longer be available for the remainder of this series. But of course, when we get to the best of 7 coming up next, the grand finals, we will be having the hero pools reset once again, but we'll see if that grand finals goes the distance, because a map 7 in the Meta Madness draft, ooh, it's good. Hogger will be banned away by the side of Germany. Netherlands will get rid of what? Now, Battlefield of Eternity, so race heroes like Hanzo are still up and available, Raynor, Tracer, Malthael sees a bit of race. We also do see Lunara rarely, but she can be picked up. And also Cassia. I don't know if I mentioned her. Alarak will get a target ban. Germany doesn't want to deal with that. Also gets rid of the Hogger. Uther to be banned away, as Death Knight does like to play that main tank. Death Knight does like to play Uther, possibly in the main tank role. But usually Dark Wolf is their main tank player. But Death Knight is a very, very good Uther player for this map. Do they target something from Dino or Hazu? What are we going to get rid of here? It's going to be the Hanzo, which is not surprising. I mean, first pick over to the side of Germany, they'd probably be leaning into the first pick Hanzo. And they'll grab the Chromie, which was the other thing I was about to start talking about, because we saw a ton of Chromie bans yesterday. Now, here's the thing. Falstad is up and available. We sometimes see Falstad in this map, but not for auto build. It's actually Q build Falstad. We see from time to time, but I don't know if that'll be the direction. I do like the idea of a Raynor. I think Greymane's up as well still, too. Like, Greymane's solid for this map. You could lean into a Muradin with that as well, or a Nubrek if you want more dive.
I heed the voice.
And we'll get a Tyrande with that. Okay. So Tyrande and Nubrek, really nice combination together. Burrow Charge, Impale, Lunar Flare, Huntress Mark, Starfall, of course, and what do you want to pair into the Chromie? Ana's available if they want to lean into the Chromie heavily with a nano boost potential, but I don't know. I don't know if that's Germany's direction. I could see an Ariel for a Detainment Strike knockback, but it will be Malfurion and Tracer. Okay. Sorry, Muradin and Tracer. I was thinking about Malfurion, but he was already played in map number 1 against the Medivh composition. Yeah, but. I don't know what you want to ban here. Maybe just a healer? I'll get rid of Malthael. Deathwing consideration? I mean, Malthael's just solid on this map in general, but I wonder if that's a hint towards a Deathwing possibly from Netherlands? Might just be a race hero or a solo laner, realistically. They'll get rid of Cassia. Okay. So no Cassia in this. Blinds would be nice up against the Tracer. You have a Nubrek Tyrande. You still need a solo. Possible another Bruiser, because we could see a hyper carry composition. It's very common for this map. I wasn't sure about Thrall, but I was curious in the back of my mind. The Tychus is a pretty common pickup from Netherlands. Krenkel does like their Tychus here. So that's, I wouldn't say so much a comfort pick, but just a practice pick is maybe a good way to phrase that. Muradin does have Thunderclap with attack speed debuff stuff. You also have Imposing Presence at 16. Hey, they could Arthas. Honestly, Arthas or Germany in the solo lane would not be bad here. I really like the Arthas a lot. Attack speed debuff, roots onto the enemies to be able to disengage or advance forward. You have Army of the Dead team fighting potential, possibly Syndra Ghost at level 10, but it's been a lot of Army of the Dead. I love this Arthas pickup. This was really, really smart from Germany because Tychus attack range baseline's 4.5. Krenkel usually goes press the advantage and in the rhythm at level 1 and 4, but we'll see if that changes. This last pick, though, will it be another Bruiser? Let's fly. So it's going to be Falstad. This might be a Q build Falstad. Auto attack build was slightly nerfed in the most recent patch, and the nerf actually came from the range in which you get credit for the kills. The range was changed from 14 to 8.5. So Falstad needs to position a little bit further forward, but that's really the only major change on Falstad, which it looks like it's kind of knocked him down a little bit in priority because of that positioning change and how much closer you need to be in the wave versus, you know, being able to kind of just sit in the back line. But let's get into the game. Map number 3. Here we go, everybody. Five minutes left. Big believers on Netherlands as we roll on into Battlefield of Eternity, map number 3. And thanks again for being here, everybody. Happy Sunday. A lot of places you can be watching content on Twitch. Thanks for choosing our cozy corner of the internet. And if you're watching in the future on YouTube, thanks for watching on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe so we can grow the YouTube channel. We're getting closer and closer to hitting that 1,000 mark, which would be nice to monetize the YouTube channel for a little bit more Scratcher Bandit. Left side of the map of this best of 5 lower bracket final is going to be Team Netherlands. We've got your DK Anubrak, Krankle Tychus, Uki Tyrande, Hygal Falstad, and High Wraith on the Thrall. Right side of the map is going to be Team Germany, Dino Tracer, Ultralisk Arthas, a Death Knight Whitemane, Hazuab's Chromie, and a Dark Wolf Muradin.
The battle begins in 10
You guys catch that? You guys catch that?
5, 4,
Okay.
3, 2, 1. To arms.
Ooh. First Sentinel on the map is going to be missing. Nerubian Armor for Simply DK. You have that Press the Advantage, Moonlit Arrows, Q build, Falstad with a Gathering Storm, and Maelstrom Weapon for your Thrall, as that is going to be Muradin taken down. First Blood immediately picked up by Team Netherlands. Tracer rounds, you have your Frost Presence for the Arthas. It is also going to be your Pity the Frail Whitemane, Time Walk's Pursuit for Chromie, and a Muradin Third Wind, which got no value. Oh my god. So Falstad, by the way, he's got some milestones we can talk about here in case you may be new. We'll also go through the Arthas stuff. I know we went through it yesterday, but maybe some people might have missed it because Arthas did have a rework. So Falstad Q build, or Gathering Storm, he's got a 30 mark, 80 mark, and 150 mark. And as he hits those milestones, he'll be getting that much spell power. So 30% at 30, 80% at 80, a total of 150 at 150. You lose 8 stacks upon death. Milestones cannot be lost, so if he dies at 80, or sorry, if he dies at 88 stacks, he drops to 80. Or I guess 87 stacks, he dropped to 80 still. The Maelstrom Weapon has a 25, 55, and a 100 mark. You rarely ever see the 100 mark. The average, I would say, is about 55 for some damage increases and movement speed bonuses. Tyrande, by the way, on her baseline, also having a few milestones. No stacks to be lost upon death for Thrall or Tyrande. Tyrande, when she lands 10 Lunar Flares, gets a 30% range increase. 20 is going to give her the Piercing Sentinel, and 40 gives her what used to be the Shooting Star, which is every 8th basic attack fires a Lunar Flare, prioritizing heroes within range. Arthas, baseline. Yes, Arthas is a baseline quest now. It's going to be the Frostmourne Hunger, so every time you kill a minion with your Frostmourne Hungers, your D, you get 1 permanent damage increase. If you smack an enemy hero with it, you get 1 permanent damage increase. You don't need to kill a hero, but the other thing to mention is there's a small amount of damage on that. It's going to be currently 83 with 40 mana return. Level 1, the Frost Presence has some changes as well, so you have a passive 20% area increase. After 15 heroes, the Howling Blast range increased by 20%, and it roots enemies in the path. Hit is the incorrect word for this. And after 30 heroes hit, Death Coil slows heroes by 50% for 0.75. Shattered Armor will be the level 4, move from level 13. No changes on that one, just sitting at minus 15 armor for 4 seconds. With this build, we sometimes see Icebound Fortitude at level 7. We also see the Death Coil at level 7 as well because of the synergy with the level 1. We'll see what ends up happening. There's also the Howling Blast talent at level 13 that we might see as well, but we'll talk about that later because the Immortal phase is here. Lune's Chosen level 4 applied to DK to that little green moon applied. That's Crankle getting hit with a Pulse Bomb, and Muradin auto will be enough to take them down. 17 baseline stacks for the Muradin, who did have a change as well. The Stormbolt now needs 45 stacks for the piercing on the first target at 0.5 second cooldown per auto, but it doesn't say it in the tooltip, which is unfortunate, but you get 5 stacks if a hero dies within, I believe it's 3 seconds of being hit with a Stormbolt. Might be 4 seconds. The tooltip doesn't say that. It was added in, and I did test it as well, and it does work, so. Thrall is going to get hit with a Pulse Bomb. Chain Lightning's going out from him. Frost will pack level 4 on 1 stack. The objective being raced on by both sides. Howling Blast from Arthas landing on quite a few enemies. 10 stacks for him. And Chromie on the right side may not have the raise. High Wraith getting a little bit low, trying to back away. And they do get the Ultralisk stun, and the Ultralisk lives! I think they were anticipating trading Thrall for Ultralisk, but they don't get that trade. And it is 1-2 in kills, favoring the side of Germany. But Netherlands will get this objective. And will they catch Dino or anyone in the rotation? Dino does get a recall and will not be taken down.
To me, mortals, I march for Hell's gates. I shall march for Hell's
Yo, Crank, Yokel, what's up? Burrow again. Nubrak going in, hit with a Stormbolt from Muradin. Little Inquisition from Whitemane. Time Walk's Pursuit provides vision, and 4 more seconds of those targets revealed. Ultralisk may be looking for the flank. Pulse Bomb lands on a DK. There's a Stormbolt onto the Pulse set. He's looking to back away. Currently 31 stacks, so if he dies here, he only drops to 30, but Haigai is going to be able to fly away with 50 HP and will not be taken down. Yo, Umber! What's up, bud? Happy Sunday, my friend. Good to see you. Hopefully the day is treating you well.
I must rest for a time.
Sidestep from High Wraith. Sentinel vision across the map. All right, next Immortal phase, around 7 minutes in game time. Crankle, by the way, 52 stacks on the In the Rhythm. Does have the Combat Tactician level 7 as well. Big damage on to this Muradin. Whitemane is going to be able to get some quick healing out as well with the with the Clemency. I can't believe it. Dino doesn't die there. What? Death Knight healing, so on point. Death Knight healing, so good. Slowing Sands, by the way, was the level 10 pickup for Chromie. She gets that early. Camp is going to be leashed on the north side of the map, and Nubrak is going to double check that really quickly and does see Dino starting at Burrows. Does not find Dark Wolf, actually gets the Impale. The Slowing Sands are there. Dino trying to step up into Falstead, has to recall. And Tyke is heading to top lane. Alright, so this Impaler camp being worked on. Time Trap onto a Nubrak. I believe it was Chronic Conditions for the movement speed debuff, but I have to double check. I don't know if I saw it Horror Anomaly. Dude, a good Whitemane is so good, so nice to watch. And we're getting that with Death Knight here. Also, nice Skinergy, by the way. Alrighty, well, there is a, let's call it a half a level lead for Germany, as Thrall in top lane is going to try and back away from Ultralisk. Tychus minigun active, trying to chase in. Umber with a 55 watch streak. Thank you so very much, bud, for your continued support. Big watch streakers today. The Immortal phase on defensive sides. Second Immortal of the map. Thrall continuing to push up top lane. Trying to get to that 10 talent tier. Germany's going to get it first, and so they advance forward. Scarlet Aegis. Sticky Bomb. There's the Army of the Dead and Avatar from Muradin. So Netherlands will give this first half so they can get to the 10 talent tier, grab this camp for bottom lane as well. Thrall, I believe, recalled for full everything. What's up, Bandit? What you doing, bud? Draken Laser Drill. We know Uki loves their Draken Laser Drill. Cocoon, Starfall, Gust, and Sundering. White Mane Inquisition. Uki, or sorry, Krankle dashing to the side. Sentinel just getting vision of Muradin, hitting onto him. Chromie, by the way, is at Horror Anomaly at level 4 or 2, however you want to look at it. She puts the Slowing Sands down. The Immortals are on race potential sides. DK trying to eat some of this damage while Falstad and the Draken Laser Drill work through the Immortal, but it's slow goings on the left-hand side. Impale goes out, and I think Haigao is going to try and get a little bit more stacks at the 38, but yeah, this is easily Germany getting the second Immortal. Where does this go? Which lane is more well defended? Top or bottom? Looks like top was more defended, I think, right? Yeah. Oh, and no. Oh, math hard. I guess the center gate had more damage in top lane than bottom. Yeah, that's true. I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at the two towers. Sentinel goes across the map. Lands onto Dino. Scouts out this right side camp being worked on. But it's assumed that it's being worked on since it's still showing on the minimap. Battlefield is one of those few maps that when the Immortal or when the objective spawns or is working its way in lane or whatever, sieging is a good way to say it, the camps do disappear. But like Infernal Shrines, the camps don't disappear during the Punisher push. Same thing like Cursed Hollow, for example, as well. Tomb of the Spider Queen, though, they do despawn. So on and so forth. Time trap set up. Gonna find a stop onto Ultralisk and onto DK, who gets a burrow out and is gonna get the Loon's Chosen applied. Lunar Flare anticipating the enemies to chase in further. A Sentinel goes across, and DK will recall. Sundering in bottom lane from the Thrall as Falstad will confirm the top lane forward during this engagement. Starfall from the Toronto to the Scarlet Aegis from White Mane. There's going to be a gust from Falstad as he flies into bottom lane. Ultralisk getting a little bit low. The body blocks from DK are on point, and Tychus is going to be over 100 stacks. He has doubled his minigun duration. 6.03 seconds of minigun duration for him. And that is going to be a good jump in experience. Next Immortal coming up pretty soon. Nubrag burrowing in. Slowing Sands from Chromie to zone. Krankle needs to dash back. And I think they're going to try and take out some of the sidewalls here, so Chromie Slowing Sands is not as punitive. But actually, they're going to back away. No Fallen Shaman on the left side. Impaler Camp for top lane is available if they want to try and get up there for that. 41 stacks for the Falstad, 30 for Thrall. 5 of 6 in the Frostwolf pack. 10 for the Tyrande, so she has that 30% range increase. And DK needs to be a little careful here. Don't want to die just as you have the slight advantage, but it looks like that might happen. Tower shot zones Dino back. Krankle's here. And DK taps well. Yeah, they're going to tap well. Sentinel thrown out from Tyrande gets a bit of vision. 13 talents here on both sides. Huntress Fury with the Ranger's mark as well at 7 and 13 combo. Falstad getting rooted by Arthas. 22 stacks on that level 1. Arthas, by the way, the Death Chill. Howling Blast damage increased by 2 for each stack of the Frostmourne Hungers. So 23 times 2. So 46. And then Howling Blast deals 100% additional damage to Root and Roots for an additional 0.25 seconds against heroes under 50% health. Which, if memory serves correct, increases the root duration from 1.25 to 1.5. Stormbolt out onto the Nubarak. Tychus minigun active. You see the glow on his weapon. Gets a few hits onto Hazu. Forces them back. 131 stacks for Krankle. Does go into the Neo Steel coating. the spell armor activation. Draken Laser Drill summon for this race. This is still the first half. Tracer blinking in, misses the Pulse Bomb, Sticky Bomb. High Wraith, though, is going to be hit with that Subjugation Sundering coming out as well. There's going to be a flank from Arthas, the Starfall from the Tyrande, and Maelstrom Weapon getting a few more stacks onto Ultralisk, but High Wraith is so low. Cocoon onto the White Mane, and it's going to be your Arthas taken down. False Step Barrel rolls back, Crankle, Minigun, Grenade, Avatar for Muradin, a few Thunderclaps, the Pulse Bomb lands, splashes over onto the Thrall, who loses his stacks on Frostwolf Pack. And that'll be a double kill for Germany, as they do have a camp in top lane pushing up onto their keep gate, but Falstad is going to try and get a little bit of damage in bottom, try and get some side value, if you will. That Cocoon was so good, but unfortunately losing the two members there is probably the loss of the objective. Stun misses onto the Tracer, who gets the recall. Chromie continuing to race. Arthas dealing with top lane. Falstead trying to get more stacks. Up to 52 of the 80 for the next milestone. So Hagao's going to reset for full mana, as the Immortal Belith going into top lane is going to be pretty hardy here, actually. 21,450 points of health and like 18,000 points of shielding. 13,000. 774 damage into structures, 1,548 damage into your structures. As Thrall with Maelstrom Weapon and abilities are going to try and clear things out. Did go Ancestor Wrath level 7, by the way. Level 16 will be here faster for Germany, as Tracer jumps in onto DK, who's going to be forced to burrow to the left side. Bottom lane keep is going to be, or Fort is going to be taken down, and top lane Fort possibly as well. And there's a minion wave coming through. The Savage Spin will zone for a moment. Like, 2 autos are needed. They'll save the top lane Fort for now, because Germany's rotating up, and they could easily go for this. Tracer, Pulse Bomb at 91, hammering out from Falstad, up to 55. Time Walk's pursuit, the Howling Blast goes out, there's going to be a burrow in, and it's 16 talents here, advantage over the side of Germany, but Sundering coming out, Darkwolf is going to be forced to use the Avatar, gets a cleanse from the White Mane, intercession, the Lunar Flare's there, the overkill, the Tychus Grenade is not enough, and Crankle is going to be saved by that Gust. There's going to be Chromie Sandblast damage, Deep Breath, or Dragon Breath, to take down the Falstead. Sandblast going out, the top lane Fort falls, and what was looking like a possible good fight for Netherlands is going to fall apart. Germany runs down Uki, and now DK is going to burrow charge to safety. Germany has the minion wave here, the next objective at 17 minutes about, and they'll open up top lane keep gate. Subjugation and shared punishment, 13-16 for the White Mane. You'll also have your imposing presence. That's a fast forward for the Chromie as well. Debilitation from the Anubrak at level 16 here. Enemy heroes hit by Burrow Charge or Impale have their spell power reduced by 50 for 4 seconds. Sizzling attacks for your Tychus. You gotta mumble through it. Celestial Attunement's huge for the Tyrande. You also have the Flow Rider and Ares Gust, 13-16 for the Falstad, and Thrall does have that Alpha Wolf as well. For 3 seconds after hitting a hero with Feral Spirit, Thrall's basic attacks against them deal an additional 3% of the target's maximum health as damage, passively increase the duration of Feral Spirit's route to 1.5 seconds as Thrall manages the top lane wave. Anti-Magic Shell's a big one to mention for the Arthas. We didn't talk about that. Move from level 20 to level 13, or level 16 in this rework, and so Anti-Magic Shell, 60-second cooldown. All damage over 4 seconds, 25% of spell damage over 4 seconds will return as healing to Arthas, as we do have the Chromie and him trying to clear things out, but that is going to be Muradin taken down by Anubrak after the Cocoon landed onto White Mane. The Dragon Laser Drill is here, burning onto Dino's health bar. Ultralisk trying to back away, and that's a Feral Spirit to land. Burrow Charge is good. Lunar Flare connects onto White Mane, but it's going to be Netherlands on this objective. Falstad hearthing back to go clear top lane, as there is a double camp pushing up, and he will not be interrupted. Little Giggle Beam from White Mane with the Inquisition. The subjugation, by the way, Inquisition reduces all damage to the target deals by 50%, so you see that reduced model size. And the shared punishment, upon casting it, Inquisition can chain to an additional enemy hero, dealing 101 damage every 0.5 seconds. Affected enemies lose 10 armor as well. Big armor debuff. Tychus dashing forward, trying to take down Death Knight. Nubarak burrows, but misses. Falstead flies into top lane, has to barrel roll immediately. And will not be taken down as the Impaler camp in top lane is cleared up by the minion wave. Thrall rolling through the Immortal Health Bar, but this is still first phase. We have the respawns of a few German members. Thrall is going to be just trying to clear out the catapult to bottom lane and then join his allies really quickly. Dark Wolf is going to Dwarf Toss inside the Slowing Sands. Tychus is able to dash to the side. It is going to be unraveling for Hazuab's Chromie. Unraveling very strong. Minus 50 spell armor after 1.25 seconds of being inside the Slowing Sands. As a blink of an eye. Howling Blast goes out. Slowing Sands as well. Time trap set up in the bush. Immortals on the north-south side. Here's the thing, though. The waves are pushing in against the side of Netherlands, and they're going to have to split Thrall out here and there, which is going to be the green light for Germany to step up. But granted, Thrall doesn't have a far rotation to make from the bottom lane back to the bottom of Immortal defense. Looks like he's going to step up. Howling Blast lands onto a couple. Muradin. Dwarf tosses in the Slowing Sands for the immediate spell power debuff. Lunar Flare lands onto the Dark Wolf, who is going to try and back away. There is going to be Army of the Dead activated. Sundering for Thrall to push back the enemy. The Pulse Bomb lands onto them, but the Spirit Shield level 13 is going to deny a lot of that damage. Cocoon onto the White Mane. Going to try and find something off of that Cocoon, and White Mane does go down. Now backing over to the Draken Laser Drill for a little bit of a retreat path. Hammering from Falstad going out. Ultralisk low, but not taken down. Tracer trying to get some damage on this Immortal as Falstad backs away for a well tap, I do believe. Yep, indeed. And Muradin Stormbolt lands onto DK. He's at 79. It's hammer time stacks. Grenade from Tychus goes out. Dino will blink away to avoid the Angelic Explosion. They're going to get a Pulse Bomb onto Uki here. There's a lot of damage onto the healer. They will fall. Can they take down Ultralisk? Crankle very low, gets picked off as well by Dark Wolf. And a haphazard moment from Netherlands is going to yield a couple kills over to Germany. And I think Netherlands split a little too much there. That's going to be a chase onto Tracer, and she does go down, but a very unfortunate moment there from the side of Netherlands as they lose what should have been their Immortal. By the way, Krenkel at 228 stacks. He has over 9 seconds of minigun duration right now. So it's 9.85 seconds of minigun.
The demon moves for the gates of
All right, so what is going to be achieved with this? Chromie's currently clearing top lane. Muradin tries to get a Stormbolt onto Thrall or Falstad and is unable to do so. The hammering going out. The Falstad Gust is available if needed. It might be forced out here. Stormbolt missing. And Tychus minigun still active because it's nearly 9 seconds, as I mentioned. Chain Lightning going out. Or over 9 seconds, sorry. High Wraith is low here, looking to try and get some trait value. Dragon Laser Drill summoned for clear onto the Immortal. It is Mountain King, Unraveling, Scarlet Crusade, Legion of Northrend, which you're actually seeing right now. Look at all those woolies. Gust from Falstad allows him to barrel roll away out of the Slowing Sands, but Haigao has relatively no mana. This is the keep about the same as the top lane. Tychus dashing forward. Minigun is gonna try and trigger here. Starfall from the Toronto with the Eloon's Wrath at level 20. Great synergy with the level 13 and 7 as there's a time stop onto the bird, and he will get the Dwarf Toss out after the Avatar. Wind Tunnel, Bob and Weave. Gives more range, by the way. A Rewind to Nubarak, Bolt of the Storm, Wind Fury, or Wind Rush for the Thrall. Tracer with the Total Recall. Oh my god. Bottom Impaler grabbed. If they can take down this bottom lane fort, they can at least find parity in the map. 21 stacks with the Toronto, so she's the Piercing Sentinel as well. 51 for the Thrall. He's getting very close to the second stack for Maelstrom Weapon, which is more damage, but also that passive movement speed. Wind Tunnel from Falstad. Pulse Bomb will take him down. Legion of Northrend activated. They're going to try and maybe pick off the Arthas in the trade and will be able to do so. Cocoon onto the Chromie. And Falstead did lose some stacks. He's at 80, though.
Be wary. Our eternal battle will soon be upon you.
All right. So, Falstead up in 29, 37 on your Arthas, 9 for the Muradin on his Avatar's cooldown, Cocoon up at 40, 25 for the Falstead, so 5 seconds after he respawns, and that's really about it. Tracer Pulse Bomb's ready to go. Immortals will be on race sides, and teams are set up for it.
Repent before my wrath, demon.
Falstead's back. There is a beefy top lane wave he might go throw a hammering at really quickly while the Immortals do their transition. That is a fairly close race, 3,000 difference roughly. And Falstead, yeah, he's getting a little bit of damage here. He's going to barrel roll in. They want to race. Netherlands, they just want to race this down, and they are getting some really good initial race. Germany. Oh no, they take down a Nubrak who was creating the space for this. Feral Spirit, Frostwell Pack is completed. Falstead, Wind Tunnel, and they're going to use Wind Tunnel to try and take down the rest of the Immortal to get this, and that is going to be confirmed. And now, Howling Blast lands on the Thrall. He's going to Wind Rush, that's his Bolt of the Storm, to back away. Feral Spirit thrown out, and High Wraith is going to be able to get the Wind Rush activation as well. 52 stacks for him, so the passive movement speed is not there, but he does get that 140 movement speed when Wind Rush is active. Sundering coming out from Thrall as well. Lunar Flare going out. The top lane keep will go down. Meanwhile, the Fallen Shaman in bottom lane still pushing, by the way. And Falstead hammering. They're trying to slow down the rotations of Germany, but they don't want to step too far out. As the Sentinel goes out, hits onto Dino, continuing across the map because of the Piercing Sentinel value that has been achieved. Wind Tunnel, 14 seconds. Feral Spirit misses. Chain Lightning goes out. Savage Spin from the Immortal. Muradin in a flank position. Dwarf tosses in. High Wraith in a kind of a rough spot. Chain Lightning's going out. Lunar Flare missing. There's going to be a Wind Rush activated, and he gets taken down. Draken Laser Drill summoned by the Tychus in this disengage. Wind Tunnel up against the wall, but Pulse Bomb. Bye-bye, Krankle. The Immortal is getting keep, though, so there is that value to talk about. And maybe that was the intention from Netherlands. Maybe they were intending to just kind of create the space. But they do lose 2 members, which is a bit unfortunate. Big hammering damage out onto the Tracer, forced to recall. Newbreak burrowing to the left-hand side to back away. And Falstead gets another hammering out, but no stacks. Up to 92 of the 150. And Arthas stepping up. He's going to pop his Army of the Dead, Legion of Northrend, and they will confirm this. By the way, the Immortal got some damage onto the core as well, 61%. Remains for Germany. I didn't even see that part. I thought it was just going to be keep taken down. Defense from Germany would be good, but wowee. All right, next Immortal. I don't know. Going to be like 20-something minutes here. Oh, I'm glad we ran as many ads as we did at the beginning of the stream because, yeah, that ad block timing is getting smaller and smaller with these longer games. Almost, by the way, Krankle is 2 stacks away from having a 12-second minigun. This is currently 8.95... Wait, is that right? Yeah, 8.95 seconds. Hammering goes out. Thrall tries to step up. That's going to be Arthas, though, caught out below. Burrow charge. A lot of damage onto Ultralisk, but the Army of the Dead is saving for now. They do get taken down. The Draken Laser Drill will be summoned. Arthas taken out. Feral Spirit lands on the Muradin. Thunderclap comes down to the ground. A lot of lasers between Whitemane and the Draken Laser Drill, but that will be Arthas taken down. 58 seconds. The Immortal phase is going to be spawning on defensive sides of the map. 5 seconds on Fallen Shaman, by the way. Right side, 16 seconds. Thrall heads to bottom lane for a quick catapult. Looks like he just clears out some of the minions here. Bruiser Camp right side just now spawning. I don't think there's going to be an invade. Sentinel thrown up here just in case the enemies are grabbing that Impaler camp, and it looks like a Nubrak is going to step up. Will they go for this camp? Tychus is immediately just going for auto attacks. Okay. Nubrak will scout out this camp on the right side. Slowing Sands from Chromie will be utilized, but I think it's just Netherlands focusing on the race. If they get this Immortal, I think they win through top lane. I think they would win through top lane if they do get this Immortal. The damage is going to be really high at 27 minutes.
Enough. I seek better ground.
Fallen Shaman slowly pushing up top lane, but I think this is, yeah, call for Siege. Wind Tunnel from Falstad available if they want to use that, if they want to do the exact same thing as last time. Lunar Flare's going out, Falstad repositioning, Muradin stepping up, Falstad barrel rolls to back away. There's going to be a Stormbolt onto High Wraith, Pulse Bomb missing. Howling Blast going out. And it looks like this is going to be called to just go clear things out really quickly, make sure that you don't lose the game from Winions, because catapults right now are dealing 1,136 damage into structures. Nubrak burrows into the bush, no one there. Slowing Sands from Chromie go out. Draken Laser Drill summoned by the Tychus. As Falstad is... There is damage onto the core right now, and Falstad is going to be able to clear that out. 78% remains. Draken Laser Drill will be taken down by the Muradin. Fallen Shaman pushing up bottom. There's a catapult coming in through that lane as well. But back around the objective area, this is going to be... So just looking at the catapult in bottom lane is 1,192 damage into structures. Falstad going to quickly just clear out the cat in top lane. And actually gets the minion wave as well. Bottom lane, Tracer's working on the Immortal. Howling Blast onto Nubrak. He gets deleted. Wind Tunnel from Falstad comes out late, and he is going to just try and work through the rest of this Immortal while the team fight is happening elsewhere. And Falstad may be able to get it. No way if Chromie kills him before he gets the last auto in. He does get it. He will back away, but here's the thing. Germany might just run at the core. Falstad flies out, but does he have a barrel roll to get away from Tracer? Howling Blast. Oh no, Germany's got this, I think. I think Germany has this. I don't think Tychus and Thrall can defend against all this, which is unfortunate. I think they needed that. They needed that Falstad. Oh, how heartbreaking for Netherlands at 29 minutes to try and get this defense, but it doesn't go their way. High Wraith is going to get hit with the Pulse Bomb. Will Tracer get the Finland? That's such a hard-fought map, and Netherlands gets shut down at the end. GG's. Germany one map away from confirming their place in the grand finals up against France. Bit heartbreaking right there for Netherlands, not gonna lie. Bit heartbreaking for them. Well, Germany, as I said, one map away from making their way into the grand finals. We're going to go ahead and roll out some ads and get ready for map number 4. We'll see if Netherlands can reel it back in and take us to a map 5. Or will Germany, oopsies, shut things down and kick off the grand finals. Welcome, everybody, into map number 4 of this best of 5 series here in the lower bracket final of Nations Cup. Germany has first pick. Netherlands, the losing team, opting in for map pick priority. So, it is do or die. If Netherlands gets dropped here, they take third place at $1,500. Second place is $2,500. First place, $4,000. Grand finals, by the way, coming up next. If Germany wins this tomb game, they'll be going up against France. If Netherlands wins this tomb game, we go to a map number 5. Hogger, perma-banned by Germany. Hammer will be immediately banned by the members of Netherlands. And I was waiting for the bans to come through before I started talking about, like, will we get a Stitches comp? No, we won't. But things like Mal'Ganis are up. Diablo is up. May. Cho'Gall. Main tank Uther, I believe, is still available as well. Lot of options to go into, but there are 30 heroes banned away, 34 technically at the top of the screen added in. What do we want to start with Germany? What does Germany want to kick things off with? I mean, a Diablo early on isn't too bad. It does kind of signify a bit of a dive composition, but you don't have to worry about Garrosh or anything. Hanzo is still up. Hanzo's still up and available. He'll be first picked by the side of Germany. Netherlands, what do they want to lean into here for the start of this draft? Do they just grab an early healer that they prioritize? Do they want a ranged assassin? Do they want like an early Kael'thas to get globe stacking? I really don't know what they want to do.
Anna checking in.
I like the Diablo and Ana. Honestly, nano boosted nano. Yeah, that's true, Empus. Nika, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Chat, I know it's early in the day. I know I've been up since 4:30 today. I'm so sorry. I forgot about Murky. Yes, Murky is up and available. Diablo Ana for the side of Netherlands. I will say this, though. Probius does see play on this map from time to time from Germany. Not sure if they want to lean into that for this game here or what they actually want to do. But Hanzo with a Leoric and Varian. So Leoric Entomb with Dragon Strike, the Pretzels, is not too bad. Varian Charged Taunt is a good setup as well. Could see some sort, like, this could be a Jaina ban, realistically. Jaina plus Varian, Jaina, Varian, Hanzo, Leoric is actually a really solid draft. So I could see that, but we also know that they do like to lean into the Kael'thas as well. So it's like, which do you want to not deal with? I'm actually going to get rid of Stukov. Okay. They'll take out the healer instead. Not worried about the mages. We could get the old classic of Apocalypse and Ring of Frost. That is something we used to see a long time ago. Welcome in. Oh, a bunch of new followers today as well. Thank you all so very much. If you're new to the stream, welcome on in. If you're not following, drop a follow. It costs you $0. We have the follower mode on, but it's a 0-minute follow. It just helps us avoid bots and it makes our lives easier. So do hit the follow button, and we do stream 6 days a week. We got a lot of great content here. We cast a lot of Heroes of Storm, so it's a great place to hang out and watch great and fun, silly content. Also, Bandit's amazing. Malthael will draw another ban from Germany. This is 2 maps in a row where they're going to ban away Malthael in the 3rd slot. What do we have here for the Diablo Ana? I like the idea of getting, your... Beat me to it. Getting your solo lane and one of the players for your 4-man, and then you can flex that last pick. Whether you want something more bruisery, do you want something more sustained damage based? Germany, what are they going to do with the Hanzo? Is it a hypercarry Hanzo situation? As I said, I really like the idea of the Jaina or a Kael'thas. You could even consider an Alex Straza, too.
I'm here to help.
Alex Straza with Globetown at level 1. With the Kael'thas isn't too bad. Or even Jaina just to give her more mana. Fingers of Frost level 1 will be completed. But yeah, the anticipated Jaina, I mean, it slots in with the composition. It's a comfort pick for this team. I think it works really well. It gives you the extra wave clear. Hanzo has okay wave clear, especially with Explosive Arrow, and Leoric is great as well. But the Uther follow-up stun is great. I really love the Germany draft. Last pick, though, from Netherlands. What's the secret sauce for this to try and take us to a map 5?
Obey the call.
It's actually kind of brilliant. Because if you think about it, so long as Kael'thas's not the target, Varian wants to charge in. Uther wants to step up. Frost Nova's onto those targets. Jaina has a short range. Same thing with her. Lot of chain targetability. I think this could be really, really smart from Netherlands. Yo, Vita, what's up, bud? You're just in time for map number 4 of this best of 5 series in the lower bracket final. Up next is the grand finals. Will Germany be able to punch their ticket to the grand finals up against France? Or will Netherlands take us to a map 5? Get your gambles in! Oh, happy Sunday, everybody. This Kael'thas actually might be really smart. I could actually see this working out really well for them.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
You don't say, Vita. C-Smash Varian. Wind Blades? Moodier, I thought you wanted Germany to win. Sorry. That was low-hanging fruit, and I just took it. On the left-hand side, we've got the members of Netherlands. DK on the Diablo, Hygo, Alarak, Krankel, Kael'thas, Sonya, Hyrwraith, and an Uki Ana. Right side is going to be Germany with the Ultralisk Jaina, Death Knight Uther, Dino Hanzo, Hazuub's Leoric, and Dark Wolf Varian. It's because we have full lobbies, Vita. That's why. You also have there's a caster in Brazil, if I'm not mistaken, and there's me on the west coast of the United States. So I'm sure the two of us probably slow things down a little bit. It's probably honestly like our fault. Yo, Mudir, thank you for the redemption. Please remind me after the game. Or at least someone remind me after this game while we're getting the next lobby set up. Alright, we'll talk about level 1s as Diablo immediately goes into Varian with a combo, and that is also Kael'Thuzad picking up a few stacks as well. Varian will not be taken down, but a good handful of damage applied to him. As we do have Diablo, Soul Shield level 1. You do have your overwhelming power for the Alarak as well. Blighted Frost for the Frost Nova on Kael'Thuzad. Furious Blow on the Sonya, and the Slumber Shells for the Ana. Varian's going to be picking up his shield wall, or the parry on level 1 for his overpower. Overpower Forest parry. Consume Vitality for Leoric. We do see this pop up here and there. Sometimes with this level 1, we have the level 4 Ghastly Reach for just extra Skeletal Swing hit, and then you go into Ominous Wraith Royal Focus for that Skeletal Swing at level 16 with the Royal Focus. Simple Geometry Hanzo, Wave of Light Uther, and Jaina with the Fingers of Frost, already on 3 stacks. A little lag there, sorry about that. Chains go out, Kael'Thuzad tries to pull into Dino, 4 stacks already. Bottom lane engagement, High Wraith gets a healing grenade and a couple healing darts. Sorry, Bida grenade and a couple healing darts. Silence onto Hazuab's Leoric. And a little lightning surge goes out as well. Wave of Force. A couple healing darts out as well onto High Wraith, who's going to whirlwind through the wave. Just have our wave smashed into the fort gate of mid lane up against Germany. Small amount of the camp left, but minions are still there, but Jaina Blizzard is going to make quick work of a lot of that wave. Chains going out from Kael'Thuzad. There's going to be a charge in from Varian. Lion's Fang thrown out as well. No level 1 stacks on that. Taunt Varian level 4 as expected. Hanzo can use the natural agility to back away from the incoming Diablo. The big thing to mention is going to be Show of Force for the Alarak, as we do have Armor of the Archlich was utilized, and Kael'Thuzad does get taken down. First blood over the side of Germany. But as I was mentioning, the big thing to mention for the Alarak is he's got a increase on his total sadism. So 3% per kill. 10 kills will give that. And he's got Show of Force level 4, so he needs to hit all 3 of his basic abilities within 2 seconds. And they will be able to get the 2% up to 20. So 150 is the max sadism for Alarak right now. As Taunt Variant comes through, Haigao looking to poke onto Dino a little bit. Not a lot of mana left on the Hanzo as he does go into Explosive Arrow, 15 of the 20 stacks on his Simple Geometry. I apologize. Sorry, I was looking at chat for just a second to see if I missed anything, and that is going to be a Leoric taken down at bottom. A lot of gems from him dropped as Ultralisk is going to get some from the minion wave, but none that Leoric had. That's going to be a Frost Nova onto the Varian in mid lane. Dark Wolf is low, but not going to be taken down. Wait a minute, Overpower. Yes, he is. Netherlands finds a double kill within bottom and mid, and that'll help out that experience as well as they go back into double soaking. Kael'Thuzad, 9 of the 15 stacks for his Glacial Spike, and at the 30 mark, he gets that 75% spell power increase. Overpower onto the Uther. Armor of the Archlich will be activated for the slow, and that's going to be a takedown onto Uther. Armor of the Archlich has a couple things to it. So 25-second cooldown, 50 physical armor for 4 seconds. Upon activating, nearby enemies take 59 damage and are slowed for 35% for 4 seconds. So, oh, we actually have the upgrade, the Ice Cold as well. Reduce the cooldown of Glacial Spike by 10 seconds and increases damage by 400. I don't actually know Glacial Spike off the top of my head. Isn't it like 40? It's 30, okay. So it's a 20-second cooldown now. Web Weavers have entered into lanes in favor of Netherlands. Sonya bottom, Kael'Thuzad, Ana, and Diablo mid, and Alarak in the top lane trying to push on and poke onto Ultralisk Jaina. So it looks like the mid lane 4K has been opened up. A Fire Stomp from Diablo. He's on full souls. Shadow Charge against the wall. There's going to be a Frost Nova to try and play off of that. Hanzo symbol geometry has been completed. Overpower onto Dino. Healing darts going out. The Web Weaver still getting some siege onto this fort. Change from Kael'Thuzad. Big Discord striking combo from Alarak at 114 sadism. He does go into hindered momentum level 7. No sadism reduction. That is just going to be now telekinesis having a 30% slow for 3 seconds. On a full sleep dart build, slumber shells. You've got your overdose and the night terrace as well. Kael'Thuzad gets a nice combo on a couple enemies, but Diablo health bar's a little bit low. The Fire Stomp healing up a little bit. And a Sonic arrow to get vision. Both teams, Netherlands with 27 of 55 for gems. There's 28 of 50 for Germany with 38 held. Kael'Thuzad is low. Hazu as well. Alarak is going to get taunted. Jaina has the snipe. Can they take down Jaina in the trade? I don't think Netherlands are going to get that. The damage doesn't seem there. And high rate starts mounting up for bottom lane. Looks like Hazu gets the turn-in. Dino actually going for a 14-gem turn-in, interrupted by a Fire Stomp of Diablo. Back in the mid lane, though, there's a taunt from Varian into the Alarak. He's getting healing darts from Ana, but the scatter off the fort gate from Dino will be good to take down Alarak. Reset to 100 sadism for whatever he may have picked up. But this is Red Web Weavers ascending for Germany. Level 10 getting close. So High Wraith mounts up, heading to bottom lane. Mid lane camp is grabbed as well for the side of Netherlands. Kael'Thuzad back in top lane, clearing things out. And won't be stepping up for those gems. It looks like Diablo is going to be able to grab those really quickly. 10 talents here for both sides. Frost Nova, Nano Boost, Deadly Charge, a Lightning Breath, and Sonya, we're going to see what she goes into. It's going to be Leap. Entomb, Dragon Strike, as we talked about in the draft, Divine Shield, as well as the Water Elemental, and Varian, we'll see what he goes into once we see. I'm assuming it's going to be, yeah, it's a Warbringer, because he just parried after that charge. Kael'Thuzad does have the Glacial Spike, working his way up to that 75. Alarak, I apologize, just above our screen, is going to be able to take down the Hanzo with a combination. And so we'll see a top lane Web Weaver cleared away. Mid lane will also be, and Sonya bottom lane does have a leap. Will she leap? 60-second cooldown. Chains from Kael'Thuzad at max range will be able to pull into the Dark Wolf. Diablo goes in with the Shadow Charge. The Overpower is going to be there as well. Fire Stomps from him. A few Slam Jams. The Frost Nova. Immediately German members split. They scatter, if you will, to avoid that AoE route. And chains go out from Kael'Thuzad up to 25 stacks. Sonya trying to turn in 29. Leoric is here to maybe get a delay. There's going to be a Entomb onto Ana. Dragon Strike. She is so dead. Meanwhile, though, Alarak is going to continue soaking. Sonya's going to be hit with a little bit of damage. Very in charge. Alarak telekinesis to make it a little awkward and pull them in front of the fort gate. The Water Elemental will be cleared away as well. Dark Wolf going to try and turn 13. 46 of 55 held on the right side. And High Wraith waiting for the wave to step up or be pushed up. Spear in. Gets a little bit of rage right there. Hazu with 22. Gets those in uninterrupted. A Frost Blast onto the Varian. He gets a hand of protection from Uther. No pull from the Chains of Kael'Thuzad. Dragon Strike and Tomb. Just the snake pit, if you will. Indy would hate that. Actually, Snake Pit works out pretty good. I'm going to start calling it that. Coin Bahamut. We do have your Kael'Thuzad taken down by the Hanzo. Divine Shield applied to the Jane of the Haigao is getting a little bit low and will be picked off. There is a kill onto Jane on the right side from the Sonya, but can Varian and Hanzo take down High Wraith? We do have a Fire Stomp up from Diablo, the Stun from Uther landing onto Simply DK. High Wraith with 13 gems trying to whirlwind out, but is going to be taken down still, and Diablo does get the gems that were dropped. Alrighty. And we got your Hanzo fleet of foot. It's going to be... Yep, there's the Ominous Wraith for Leoric. He did go into the Skeletal Swing, Ghastly Reach, level 4. Mortal Strike for the Varian, Icy Veins. You also have the Well-Met Uther with the Pursuit of Justice. Red Web Weavers for Germany. Let's see. Fort gates are still very healthy on the side of Netherlands, though. I do think Germany could push in for some sort of fort, but I think they'd have to focus as like almost an entire team. Kel'Thuzad, by the way, 2 stacks on his Master of the Cold Dark, which is a big one for him. 1 globe needed for Ultralisk, 9,000 of the 12,000 for the Ice Block. Jaina does have a Mythic at the 12,000, or sorry, the 30,000 for the Ice Cold. Entomb, on to Crankle. The Snake Pit summoned, and that'll be Kel'Thuzad taken down once again. Still on 29 stacks. And DK is looking to get on out of here. There's going to be Blizzard down from the Jaina. That's so much damage on the DK, and they'll be taken out as well. Well, Diablo's souls are consumed, the mid lane fort will fall, and Team Germany have gotten the first major structure on the map. Sleep Dart from Ana hitting on to this Uther, or connecting is a better way to say it. Alarak Deadly Charge, not going to be charged up full and going in for a dive onto the enemies. Spear from Sonya, and right now Netherlands... team fights are really not going their way. They need to get some nice combos with Kel'Thuzad. Alarak, by the way, max sadism is at 150 as they can get 40% from the Blades of the High Lord, level 13. Sonya leap the Hand of Freedom onto Dino. The Frost Blast is there. Just so much trying to be used to get a kill into Dino Hanzo. Kel'Thuzad gets a combo into the Varian Deadly Charge. Divine Shield applied. Varian Charge taunts into this. Alarak, the Snake Pit is there. And Alarak will fall. There's going to be Leoric and your Uther falling. Kel'Thuzad dying elsewhere on the map. Sonya trying to spin. That is going to be another kill from the side of Germany. Varian and Hanzo have so much damage with that Giant Slayer level 16. And Gems hemorrhaged here from Netherlands. This is going to be boss plus Webweaver, I would assume. That was Lightning Breath plus Entomb? No, that's the Easy Bake Oven. Easy Bake Oven is Lightning Breath and Entomb. That's why we make up our own stuff. Like the Snake Pit. My gosh. Boss Webweavers for Germany. Guaranteed top lane fort. Bottom lane fort, Alarak is down there for the defense. But no level 16 for Netherlands right now. Hanzo checks Bush with a Stormbow. Jaina doing the same with a Ice Lance. Germany is just pushing in heavily here. This is a little scary, I'm not going to lie. Chains from Kel'Thuzad going out. Glacial Spike as well. This might just be keep as well. I don't know if it's going to be core in game, though. Tomb goes out. No Dragon Strike to be utilized. Bottom lane Webweaver actually cleared away, so top lane keep and fort will be lost. Boss will scratch the shielding, that's about it. I would assume Germany pivots to bottom lane for this fort as well. Debilitating Flames for the Diablo, Mocking Strikes. You also have your Hungering Cold enemies that are rooted, take an additional 82 damage each time they're damaged by Kel'Thuzad. You do have the Giant Slammer for Sonya, and the active reload for Ana is a really nice burst heal for her. Netherlands, they got to claw back into this one because they have lost so very much here in gems, structures, Shadow Charge a little deep. Sonya was still in the wave. Overpower. There's going to be Kel'Thuzad trying to make the play into the Varian. Dragon Strike comes through all of this. Kel'Thuzad in that Snake Pit will not be taken down by Hanzo, but Leoric's Skill to Swag will be enough to pick them off. Overpower from Diablo. Jaina burst in the backline of the Ana. Hazuabs is going to be here. There's a Lightning Breath mitigated by the Divine Shield onto the Varian. And Alarak is trying to back away. Jaina has the Cone of Cold to take them down. Diablo falls as well. Souls expended. High Ray tries to Hearth and is going to be taken down before getting the kill onto Dark Wolf. Diablo did respawn. No Finland, but it looks like Germany are not going to call for core right now. Death timers are kind of low. They're just going to play the map and clear out bottom lane fort. 18-7, and it really feels like it's falling apart for Netherlands here.
Destroyed a fort.
So York grabs right side camp. We do have your Dragon Awakens, Winter Mute as well for the Jaina. Redemption Uther. I assume it's Buried Alive and Glory to the Alliance. Those are pretty much the common ones. As a small amount of gems will be turned in. Looks like Hazu has 21. Wow. Hazu has 21 of the 65. Boss up in 1 minute 58. Tomb tried to capture with the Buried Alive onto Diablo, but he's able to back away. It is Glory to the Alliance. Hazu gets the 21 turned in. 2/3 of the way to this objective. Another 20 gems needed. 7 waves about. But without 20 talents here for 2 levels, Netherlands are very turtled up. I don't know if they're really going to step out here. New York does have wave pushing up at bottom. Excuse me. But that's going to get some minute siege onto the keep gate. Wraithwalk, trying to get some vision. We'll back away to the ally side. And here's the thing. 53 of 65, 5 already held. 23 of 29 turned in for Netherlands with 23 held of the 55. 11 kill advantage to Germany as well. I'd gladly take max maps today. Gladly would take max games. Well, catapults in top lane need to be managed. I'm assuming Diablo and a few friends will go and deal with that. Some healing darts here and there. Wraith walk forward from Leork. Maybe no Entomb. Okay. That's gems for the Webweaver summoning. Boss, by the way, 18 seconds. Top lane. This could be the fatal push. Hanzo and Varian already setting up for boss. You can see the door from Sky Temple opening up, and our Sand Golem will return. Oh, someone did free Harrison Jones, by the way. Someone did. Somebody freed Harrison Jones. Thank you, whoever you are. That's an Entomb onto Leoric. There's no Snake Pit activated. There's going to be the Dragon Strike coming out a little bit late, and Krenkel's taken down. Leaping from Sonya, Divine Shield applied, and Alarak is the next to fall. Jaina goes down as well. Diablo, Lightning Breath, Highway Wraith running the wrong way on the map. Is going to spear in and get taunted. GG, good luck. That's a... And that is Netherlands taking 3rd place in Nations Cup 2026. Germany will advance into the grand finals up next up against France in the best of 7. And Germany takes map number 4 in a very dominant 23-7 kill game. Not a single fort lost. GG, well played. Harrison Jones. Bye-bye. I bet it was Uki who freed them. I bet it was Uki. All right, everybody, let's get ready for the grand finals. Run some ads. Get the lobby going. Get some tea. Run to the bathroom. And get going into our final series for the tournament.